I'm Bethany.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is Looking for the Middle.
CouchCast edition.
Yep. So...
Is it edition? Is that what we call it?
I think so. Sure.
We really gotta nail down the intro for these.
Yes, we should. We'll do that another day.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
For today, we're doing CouchCast a little bit different. We're still going to answer a question, obviously, but we know what it is.
We're not drawing it out of the sacred box.
And the reason we're not is twofold. One, Kristen's moving next week and she packed up the box.
Sorry.
And two, we have gotten this question, I'm going to say 5 times this week.
Yeah.
At least, like this exact question.
Yeah.
And we're like, you know what? We can say a lot more in an episode than we can over a DM. And if this many people are asking us this in a few days, a lot of people are wondering this. So here is our question. Are you ready for this? Drum roll. Thank you. How do I let a guy know I am interested without becoming the pursuer?
Woo.
So, Kristen.
Oh, thanks.
No, I'm just kidding. No, we did. Okay, so we were like, that's a really good question. And we could spout off our answers and tell you what we think, but we're girls who ask the same question too. So we were like, you know what? Let's take it to the expert. So we asked boys.
Yes. We got a guy's perspective, which has turned out to be much more helpful than, not that you would anticipate because you know it's helpful, but...
Yeah. Than we expected, really, though.
Well,
we were like, oh.
Yeah, and in a way that we understand it because we know how girls' and guys' brains don't compute the same way.
Right.
So...
Okay, so the first thing he said, though...
Yes.
...was get friends involved.
Use your mutual friends to your advantage.
Which is great. I don't know that I would have thought of that right off.
Oh, no, me neither. But no, just if you have a mutual friend who knows you and him, then say, hey, would you mind just, dropping a hint or maybe snooping around for me a little bit and seeing if he would even be interested, or would he want to go out with me, or is he interested in somebody else? And that can really influence the way you interact with him.
Oh, yeah.
Or if you're like me, you can just be the friend that does it without asking. And it's like, oh, hey, do you like such and such? Because I'm going to try to make this happen.
You're like the matchmaker.
I'm the unwanted matchmaker is basically what I am. Where I'm like, I think that this could work. So I'm going to go figure out how to make it happen.
That's hilarious.
But no, I'm
okay, so yeah.
Joking a lot, but not really.
Step number 1 then. So get your friends involved.
Yes.
Step 2, and this was, this goes back to day 1 of Looking for the Middle. Guys really like common interests. That was what he's like, if you've got common interests, like, exploit them, basically.
Yeah.
Well, and he made the point, too, of even if his interest is not your interest, be interested in it because he is.
Yeah, because guys love to talk about things that they like to talk about.
Yeah.
So if you can begin to start those conversations, if he has a favorite hobby or sports team, or
ask how the game went.
Yes.
Or if he plays
Yeah.
a sport. Hey, how did your game go the other day?
Yeah.
1, it shows you remember what's going on, and 2, you're thinking about him.
Yes.
So that is one thing I would say. We had a question from one person specifically about trying to, how do I talk to him, I think. And she only saw this guy, periodically throughout the week. And so one thing I would really encourage you to do is make comments to the effect of, oh, I thought about you when I saw this the other day. Whether it's a funny thing on Facebook, whether it's, you're out and about, whatever it is, say, I thought about you when I saw this. Because it tells this person, without being overly creepy, that they were on your mind. So I think that's a big one too.
Yeah, and like you were saying, it shows that you're paying attention. You're not just asking the question for the sake of asking the question or just to talk to him. You're really investing, and you are truly listening to what he has to say. And I love when this happens too, because a lot of times inside jokes will develop from things like this, and that's a great way to flirt.
Oh,
so
which leads us to our next one.
Yes.
And he didn't say this. This is just my own 2 cents worth. Flirt a little. There's nothing wrong with a little flirting.
Nope. No flirting is... What? What am I trying to say?
But say no flirting is bad flirting. Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's what I was about to... I'm like, no, that's wrong. There was a lot of bad flirting. Flirting is always a good idea, in my mind.
And I know we've had people talk, well, I don't know how to flirt. We did an episode back in season 1 on flirting. I'm thinking we're going to need to make another run at flirting and talk about it some more. So if you guys have questions on that side note, send us some. We'll talk about flirting.
Or you know what we could do?
What could we do?
We could, when we have the episodes where we're interviewing the guys towards the end of the season, we ask them, okay, what are some good flirting strategies that you like when a girl flirts with you this way? And
okay.
we, again, go to the source.
Yes, I like that idea. Okay, so we'll put that on our to-do list.
Yes,
awesome. Okay, so
the next thing he said was to be in the same places he is. So he's going to an event at your church. Show up. And don't just show up and stand in the corner and like stare at him. You know, go try to be in the circle he's talking in, or go say hi, or go up to the coffee bar at the same time he does, or, you know, you can find creative ways to cross paths with him. But if y'all have a group of friends that are all going out to dinner, make sure you're there. You know, whatever the circumstance is, try to be in the same general vicinity with him as much as you can. But don't be creepy. I know that's always the disclaimer.
Oh,
don't be creepy.
And talking about, you said don't stand in the corner and stare at him. Don't do that. That's a bad idea.
Yeah.
But a little staring, that's okay. That's a really, just side note, that's a good flirting thing. Look at him.
Yeah.
Because when he looks up, be looking at him.
And then you can do the cute little smile
I
and
was
look away.
say, and then smile, acknowledging, I know you're looking at me, and then look away. Don't look away hoping he doesn't know you were looking. If the point is to try to get his interest and you want him to like you, he's got to know you're interested. So that's the whole point of this question. So don't look away as soon as he looks at you. Acknowledge that you're both looking at each other. Smile, and then do the coy turn away.
Flirting 101 with Bethany.
What can I say?
You know.
I like to flirt.
Yes, flirting is fun. After a lot of trial and error.
Yes. It hasn't always been fun. That's okay. Can we we're all over the place with this today, but that's okay. I just want to say, yes, we have a dating podcast. Yes, we talk about this stuff a lot, but oh goodness, we can be just as awkward as you guys.
Oh, for sure.
Not that I'm saying you guys are awkward. I'm just saying, trust me, we don't have it all together.
We are no more superior at this.
No.
Just because we talk about it.
We just talk about it a lot, and we have a lot of trial and error.
Yes.
And yeah, so we're experts obviously because we're here doing this, but don't think we're experts is what I'm getting at.
That's not clear enough for you. I don't know what is.
Sorry.
I love that CouchCasts are more, since we're all over the place.
Yeah.
This is just how Bethany and I talk when we talk about things. Y'all are really getting a really good glance into what our friendship is like, because, and that was the whole point of us wanting to do this anyways, is, okay, if someone asks us this question, we were sitting on my couch, what would we say?
Yeah. And CouchCast was born.
Yes. So hopefully y'all enjoy hearing us just muddle through these things.
Yeah. Okay. So let's rein it in a little so this isn't like a 37-minute rant.
Yes.
So we've said, what did we say?
We have said,
use your friends.
Yeah, get your friends involved. Take interest in what he's interested in and talk to him about it.
Be around. And then my bonus answer, just flirt a little. Not too much. You don't want to be overly, like, hanging all over him. And, like, a little touchy is fine.
Yeah, like, pat his arm or, like, kind of playfully, like, you know, smack him.
Yeah. Don't cause any harm.
Yeah.
But, yeah, a little bit is okay.
Because he said it's not attractive when a girl is like throwing themselves at a guy. The chase is part of it, and there's an intrigue there when you're interested, but you're not just, you know, showing your entire hand. You know,
two things I will say, and I've been debating this whole time whether or not to say them, because you don't want to tip your hand too much when it comes to your moves and how you do things. You never know who's listening. So,
Bethany, what
but
are
I'm
you
going
about
to
say?
because we have people asking about how to flirt. So I'm like, you know what? Here's a couple things that I do.
Okay.
One, if I have a question or I'm talking to them or whatever, I will touch their arm. Like, it holds attention when you do that. You're like, oh, hey, I have a question. Touch their forearm. Whatever it is, and ask the question. Number 2, I stand a little bit closer in conversation with this person. Not to the point of being creepy, obviously, but I'm conscious of encroaching on their personal space bubble.
Interesting.
Just a little.
Yeah.
If he doesn't back up, it's a very good sign. That's all I'm going to say. If you know, get a little close, and I'm not talking anything inappropriate here.
Yeah.
Hear me. I'm just saying,
Don't be weird.
you know, there's a typical like 3-foot bubble that's like typical conversation space. Just take a step in.
Yep. I love
Walk up, be a little bit closer. People will back up if they're uncomfortable. If he stands there and engages in conversation, that's a very good sign.
I love that. while we're tipping our hand, I just thought of one other thing in regards to this has become, hey, how do you let him know without pursuing him, but also how do you flirt? If use a louder room to your advantage. So
totally.
The whole like talking and he can't hear you, so like you like lean in and he kind of leans, if he's taller than you, down for you to talk to him. That's a cute moment. I like when that happens. So don't hate it if it's loud. Just use
and don't yell.
Yeah, and don't yell to where he can just stand and be like, hey, I was thinking we should go get dinner after this. And be like, hey, I really like this band. And be like, what? And be like, come here, come closer.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, no. So
good one.
Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
So now we're not gonna be able to flirt for a while. Everyone's gonna know what we do.
Oh gosh.
Anyway. Okay, I think that kind of wraps it up.
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. Hopefully this wasn't
Hopefully it didn't make it worse.
too crazy.
Yes. Okay, guys, but if you do still have questions, I don't want you to think like, okay, no one's allowed to ask this anymore. Send us a question. I will say this. The more, you may feel like you're sending us a super long message, the more details you give us, the better. Because if you're like, okay, how do I let this guy know that I'm interested? And that's it. It's like, well, I don't know. How well do you know him?
Yeah.
How often do you see him?
A lot of time we'll
ask follow-up questions.
Yes, we'll ask follow-up questions. And so the more you give us on the front end, the easier it is for us to go ahead and give you an answer.
Yes. So don't worry about it being super long and wordy. If you don't know by now, we certainly don't mind that.
No.
So.
And we won't share your personal information on social media.
Oh, no.
So we're not going to like post your message or anything
Never.
where you have to worry about it.
Nope.
So yeah.
That was fun.
That was fun.
Cool. So you guys send us some more CouchCast topics, because once Kristen gets moved and we have our little box back and we get back to normal, we will be needing some. But until then, I am Bethany.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is Looking for the Middle.